Welcome back to the channel. Today we dive into the fascinating story of a coin that many overlook, yet it could be hiding in plain sight in collections across the globe. The 1945 UK 1 penny coin, a copper piece with a market value that can reach up to $3,200 depending on its condition, rarity, and grading. While millions of these coins were minted, only a small number have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, making them a hot target for numismatists and passionate collectors. Struck in the United Kingdom during the final year of World War II, this coin carries not only monetary value, but also historical weight, a symbol of the British Empire's perseverance and legacy. The obverse of the coin features the classic portrait of King George VI, facing left, with the Latin inscription Georgius VD Brom Rex FD Ind Imp, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, defender of the faith, Emperor of India. This portrait, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, became iconic during the war era, and coins bearing his image are widely sought after. On the reverse, you'll find the seated Britannia holding her trident and shield, with a lighthouse in the background, a symbol of British naval power, stability, and colonial might. The detail in the artwork reflects the strength and pride of the nation, even during one of the most tumultuous periods in its history. What makes the 1945 penny even more intriguing is its historical context. At that time, the world was witnessing the final months of World War II. The United Kingdom, recovering from intense warfare, was dealing with post-war economic strain. Yet it continued to produce coins that would be part of the everyday lives of its people. These pennies, made of bronze, weighed around 9.45 grams and had a diameter of 30.8 millimeters, substantial by today's standards. Many circulated heavily, picking up scratches, dents, and wear that diminished their modern market value. But in the rare cases where a coin remains in mint state or is graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, its value soars, fetching thousands of dollars at auction. Collectors especially cherish these coins with no signs of circulation, bright original luster, and sharp detail in the king's hair, the lettering, and Britannia's features. Now, let's talk numbers. While the standard circulated 1945 1 penny coin may only be worth a few dollars, if you are lucky enough to possess an uncirculated or proof-like specimen, you could be looking at auction values as high as $3,200 or more. In fact, several reputable auction houses have recorded sales of high-grade 1945 UK pennies that exceeded the $2,500 mark, especially those with full strike definition, deep chocolate brown or red luster, and no visible nicks or abrasions. These values are not just speculative. They reflect real transactions where collectors competed fiercely for the best preserved examples. Rarity plays a critical role here, not in mintage figures, as over 100 million were struck that year, but in survivability and condition rarity. The vast majority of 1945 pennies were used in commerce, handled roughly during wartime, and eventually melted down or corroded over time. Only a small fraction remains in gem condition today. Additionally, some collectors look for die variations or minting errors, double strikes, or center strikes, or die cracks, which can further increase the coin's appeal and value. This brings us to the grading factor. Third-party coin. Grading services like NGC and PCGS have certified very few 1945 pennies in MS65 or higher, making them exceptionally rare in the market. If you own one, it's highly recommended to submit it for professional grading, which can dramatically increase its marketability and price. Even coins graded as O, about uncirculated, can reach several $100s, depending on eye appeal and demand at the time of sale. But beyond the numismatic value, there's a story, a connection to history, to the hands that once held this coin, and to a generation that faced unimaginable global challenges. Every scratch, every tone in the metal tells a part of that story. And if preserved properly, these coins become more than just currency. They transform into artifacts of resilience, pride, and heritage. So how can you tell if your 1945 UK penny is worth something significant? First, examine the condition. Is the coin heavily worn, or does it still have sharp, crisp details? Look at the king's portrait. Are the facial features clear, or have they been flattened by circulation? Inspect Britannia. Is the trident sharp and the shield fully defined? These are the indicators collectors and graders look for. Second, check the color and luster. Coins with original red or red-brown luster are valued higher than those with dull or corroded surfaces. Third, look for any minting errors. Though rare, these can dramatically raise a coin's value if authenticated. Also, a certificate from a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC can add credibility and value. In the collector world, provenance and professional certification matter. That's why many high-end coins are traded at auctions through major numismatic dealers or platforms like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. As for those hoping to sell or invest, remember that coin values can fluctuate based on collector demand, condition, and rarity. Coins from wartime Britain have seen increasing attention in recent years due to growing global interest in World War II memorabilia and British Empire numismatics. As a result, coins like the 1945 UK penny are gaining traction as investment pieces, not just collectibles. Now, if you're a passionate collector or just starting in the world of numismatics, the 1945 penny is a great coin to study, collect, and treasure. It sits at the intersection of history, art, and economics, carrying with it the echoes of a bygone era and the potential for modern financial appreciation. So go ahead, check your old coin jars, estate collections, or inherited boxes, and see if one of these valuable British pennies is hiding there. You just might be sitting on a small copper fortune. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy discovering the incredible value and stories behind coins like this, whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the world of rare currency, we're here to guide you through every twist and turn. Stay tuned for more amazing discoveries, and until next time, happy coin hunting.